All right, we're gonna change out pressure regulator. Water pressure's been fluctuating a lot lately. Usually an indicator that the spring inside has went out. Here's the new one. First thing we're gonna do, shut the water off at the street. All right, so we got our water shutoff valve here at the front of the house. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. All I gotta do is do a quarter turn till those two holes right there line up. Okay, so very important, when you are loosening these nuts, these two nuts right here, you want to make sure that you hold on to this piece in the middle. So you're gonna need two wrenches. So either two of these, one of each, and you're gonna put one here and hold it while you put the other one on here and twist it. And you're gonna twist this one opposite of the direction of this one. So just so you know, this one here, to take it off, you're gonna go this direction. Take this one off, you're gonna go that direction. But you wanna make sure you hold this in the middle because you don't wanna twist this pipe and you don't wanna twist this pipe. You wanna make sure that you're only moving the nut when you're loosening it. And now you can see, let me take this off, you're gonna have these O-rings right here. And there's gonna be one on the bottom here too. And then you just wanna kind of wiggle it out of there evenly without moving. You might need to lift up on this a little bit. Let's see if I can show you. As soon as you lift up on this, it falls right out. Right? Now you can see there's the O-ring right in there. And there's the O-ring on that side. Now, you see this little arrow? That arrow is pointing the directions up because the water's coming up from the street, from your city connection, and then going into your house. And you want this arrow to go with the direction of the water flow. So you want to be very careful not to install this upside down, because this is how the pressure regulator works. There's a spring inside here. It should come pre-tightened to the correct for I think it's like 65 pounds of pressure, maybe 50. But our pressure here has been fluctuating upwards as much as 100 pounds. You see, this is the new one. And now it comes with these fittings here, but you're probably not going to need them unless you need to change out current fittings, which I do not need to. So all I did was get the right size. And so this part, I won't need this part. I'm only going to need this part. And you see it's got the new O-rings in there, the new washers. So remove these two pieces. Remove this. Don't need this. And then this arrow is gonna go in this direction here. I'm gonna flip it around so that this is to that direction there. And as you can see, the range on this is anywhere from 20, it can be adjusted anywhere from 25 pounds up to 70 pounds, and it's set at 50 pounds from the factory. And we're gonna wanna leave it right there. 50 pounds is great. One more thing, what you want to do is you want to make sure you just kind of clean this off. You just take your finger. You don't need to do anything major here. You just want to make sure this is all clean. No rough spots. Same thing here. This way you have a nice good seal. Okay, so as you can see, what I did was I lifted up on this with one hand just a little bit, very slightly, just to give a little bit of separation so I could slide these two in between. Now these two don't line up exactly perfectly right now, but don't worry about that. We're gonna take care of that. First, I got this one lined up pretty well. And as you can see, you just gotta back out a little bit before you get it going. You don't want to cross thread this at all. And then once you got it hand tight, you can line up the top one. You just want to just ever so slightly. So now we're gonna kind of work this in. It's gonna be kind of hard holding the camera. I might put it down, but you can see what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna lift up on this piece here. I'm gonna lift up on this so that it's not putting any pressure between here. And then I'll drop this on, it'll line right up, and I'll do it by hand, just like I did the bottom one. All right, so now that we've got everything just pretty much hand tight, these are just hand tight, we're gonna take the wrench and we're just gonna go ahead and notice we're not gonna go extra tight because we don't want to over squeeze those O-rings in there. We don't want to mess them up. I'm just gonna go another quarter turn or so. And if you notice, I'm not even using 2 wrenches on this. It's not advisable. I'm just doing that like this because holding the camera at the same time. So I'm gonna put the camera down, I'm gonna do it properly, and we'll come back and check it out. Okay, so the next step, we got this turning it on just enough to get the water flowing so that we can check for leaks before we open it wide open. And let's go take a look real quick. Okay, so you can see we got no leaks. I left this open just a little bit when I turned it on, then I turned it off. Then I grabbed the camera to show you guys what's happening. We got no leaks. Just snugged it up. We don't want to over crank this because you don't want to bind up that O-ring in there and get it to squeeze out. But you can see we've got no leaks here, and we should be good. We'll do a quick pressure check and make sure that everything is working properly. And remember, this arrow has to go in the direction that the water flow is going, and that's what we got here. Okay, so a little recap. These are all the tools that you need. You need to be able to shut off your main water supply. Sometimes you have a water shut off valve right before the water pressure regulator, and if you don't want to mess with that because it's not working or anything, you can go straight to the street. And in that case, you'll use this, which will just insert there and shut the water off. Then you'll also need 2 wrenches. You either need 2 pipe wrenches or 2 adjustable wrenches so that you can grab each side and break it loose. And you're gonna need a new pressure regulator. This is the one that I used here, and there we go, from Watts. This was a 1-inch. So hopefully that helps you guys. Don't be afraid to tackle this one. It's pretty easy. You could be done in about 20 minutes or so. And if you have any questions, just shoot them down below.